Yo, what is up guys, it's Momo Thanks, and today I'll be showing you two ways you can record your OSU replays. Starting off with number one, which is probably the easiest way you can record gameplay, is OBS. A lot of people use it, it's the most common, and yeah, as long as you have Premiere or like Sony Vegas, then it should be easy to get like buttery smooth motion blur. So first thing you want to do is go into settings, and then once you're in settings, go to output. Alright, so once you get into recording, the first thing you should do is change your recording quality to indistinguishable quality, large file size, and then change your recording format to MP4, encoder should be software x264, and that's about it for output. For video, make your base and output 1920 by 1080. Now if you have some issues with running OBS and getting like a consistent smooth 240 frames, you can change the output to 1280 by 720. And yeah, so the next step, which is the most crucial, is to change the fractional FPS value to what the fuck? You want to change the fractional FPS value to 240 FPS and leave the denominator alone. And that's pretty much it. Advanced doesn't really matter. I keep it on default and you don't really need to change it, but I mean you could if you want. Alright, so that's about it for OBS settings. So once you're done recording your gameplay, you go into Premiere, and then let's just create this real quick. Alright, once you're on Premiere, you want to drag and drop your replay onto the timeline, and then right click on the clip, go to time interpolation and select frame blending. This will give you the motion blur effect. And that's pretty much it. You can mess with the audio to make it so it's leveled, but usually what I do next is go to export, and then what I do is change the preset to high quality 1080p HD. And then you want to make sure the video frame rate is set to 60, and then you click more, and then you want to do the same thing and change the time interpolation to frame blending, and then just export, and then it should be motion blurred and pretty good. I've been using this way of rendering videos for 8 years now. It started with Minecraft and it's been working good ever since, but recently I found a better way to record replays for OSU, and that is Danser. Danser was used for those knockout videos on YouTube that got viral where it's like 50 players play a map, and it can also be used for recording replays. So you want to go to releases and download the latest version. I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to download it again, but the most important thing is to download FMmpeg. This gives you the ability to actually record the replays. So there's already a tutorial on how to make it work with Dancer, so I'm not really going to go into detail, but I'll leave the links in the description below. Alright, so once you open Dancer, it should look like this. Now I am on an older version, but it should look pretty similar. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to edit, and then here you can change anything you want really, the audio, anything like that, the skin, all the gameplay settings and stuff like that. But what you really want to do is go into recording, and this is where everything important is. Now for resolution, I have 1440p. Now sometimes I do 4K, but it's not really necessary. It just ends up taking a lot more time to render, so 1440p is fine enough. Make sure to keep the frame rate to 60 frames per second, not 240, 60 frames. This will be important because the motion blur actually doesn't come from the frame rate, it comes from a completely different setting. So yeah, keep that 60 frames. Encoder, NVIDIA NVEC H.264 ABC, and you want to go down to the settings, change this to constant quality. CQ should be at 22, profile at high, and preset at the slowest P7. Pixel format and NV12, and audio codec AAC. This doesn't really matter, but I choose NV12 because that's the same as Premiere. Alright, so the most important thing is motion blur here. You want to make sure this is enabled, and change the oversample multiplier to 3 and the blend frames at 5. Now what I used to do is do 4 and 8, but I thought it looked too much for me, so I changed it back to 3 and 5, and I pretty sure that's the base. Blending function, you want to make sure it's Gauss symmetric. I think it looks the best here, but you can also experiment with what you like here. Alright, so once you're done with that, you want to go over to mode, select watch or replay, and then select a replay you want to render and record. So in this case, we'll just do this one, and then make sure to select record, and then just press dance. Alright, so once it's done, it would actually be in your Dancer folder inside the videos folder. So once you're in here, it should look something like this. This method doesn't even need video editing software. You can just take this and upload it to YouTube and you should be good, which is why I think it's probably the best method to use to record your replays. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helped, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.